My 27F fiancé's 25M little sister allegedly wrongfully accused him of SA, but something isn't right. Some quick background. We've been together 2.5 years and have been friends for 15 years. We used to be neighbors, and I was best friends with his older sister, so I know his family pretty well. They have 4 adopted siblings that came into their life shortly after we had met. I am 27F and my fiancé is 25M. His baby sister is one of the adopted kids. Everyone's always said they were close. I noticed it was a little weird when I moved in with his family for a bit, but I never paid it any mind. We got pregnant in March of last year, and she was pretty unhappy about it. About 2 months later, 16 at the time, she announces her pregnancy. Her boyfriend lived with us all at the time, so it didn't really come as a surprise. We got close while we were both pregnant, bonded over everything despite our 10 years age gap. Both of our babies ended up in the NICU, and it was after we both were home that things started shifting noticeably. Her attitude changed towards everyone. She started drinking, dressing differently. It's been about 6 months since her kid was born, and she is a completely different person. She asked to come and live with me and my fiancé a few months ago, and we told her that she could when she was 18. She stopped coming over. We visited his family multiple times in the last few months. I noticed their behavior towards me had changed and literally asked them if I had done something to upset them, and they all told me no. I asked my fiancé if he still loved me because he couldn't look me in my face. And when he did, something just looked off. 2 weeks ago, the sister packs up and leaves to go live with her other 2 blood siblings, leaving the youngest. She apparently went to her sister, who works for CPS, and said that their adoptive mother was abusing her. They came up with paperwork and everything, and they said they signed it because they were too scared to fight it and lose the youngest kid. Now 5 days ago, my fiancé came to me and asked me not to get mad. Please, please, please don't go fighting anybody, and please don't yell at me. I'm like, okay, why are you being weird? He tells me his sister and younger cousin, 18F, have come out with accusations against him. His sister said that he did something but allegedly refuses to specify, and his cousin said he sent her a dick pic on Snapchat. These allegations against him happened about 2 months ago, and I just found out. I was at their house, hanging out with them and my kids, planning our wedding. I hung out with that sister and her baby. Nobody told me fucking anything. Apparently, they were all scared I would leave him and whoop on his sister. I'm talking to his mom yesterday, and she mentioned how they had him stop by on his way home from work a month ago to apologize to his cousin and sister for what he had done. My uncle and dad made me, is what he said. His mom also mentions that the whole time he's apologizing, the sister had both arms wrapped around his waist and her face in his chest. She goes, "It's okay," with a straight face and walks back inside. I don't know why, but this infuriates me more than the rest of what's going on. I don't understand why she would be around us so much if he had done something. And why would she wait 10 years to speak up? Or on the other hand, I don't understand why he'd keep it from me as his fiancé, and also why he let her grab onto him like that after accusing him of something so foul. He and his family all say it's a lie. His cousin literally got caught fucking her brother, and they had to be legally separated, so I don't know how valid her word even is. Also, he doesn't have Snap or her number. And his sister just lied to his mom too, so I don't know. I just don't know what to think. Please help and don't be too harsh. This is really hard on me as it is. Sorry, it's a big and kind of confusing read, so I can't do a TLDR. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. The situation sounds very fishy. Your sister and family's behavior is weird. However, it's very common for families to all agree the accuser is lying to protect the status quo. That's not unusual. All of your sister's behavior towards your husband does not suggest that it did or didn't happen. It does suggest an enmeshment there, but it could be for any reason. It could be what's caused her to lie, or it could be because he's groomed her from being young. Things she's done like asking to live with you, hugging during an accusation, having a baby so close to you after being originally upset. These aren't facts and can't prove anything one way or another, but they certainly don't suggest that nothing happened. Her obsession with your husband could have caused her to lie. However, here's the reason I think he might be guilty. It's very strange a cousin also claims this too. And the most unusual thing is that he apologized. I'm sorry, but I don't care what my parents felt like they had to sign. I would never, ever, ever, and I think most men would agree too, apologize for saying someone I did not, especially my relatives. That's the most serious accusation ever, and it will stick with you for life, and everyone will think awfully of you. Most people who do actually commit the act never apologize. Think about that, sorry. If it didn't happen and nobody believes it did, why was he pressured by their dads to do it? If it didn't happen and the apology had to happen for some reason I can't make sense of, then why did he hide it for so long? It seems more likely that he's apologized for something he did do and then only told you once the dust had settled and he had control of the situation again. Also, you don't mention any police involvement when it's CPS is involved there should be? Why not? Also think about the fact he told you last, once it was all resolved. If he was facing an issue and was innocent and needed help he'd have told you. One of the main concerns is that they don't want you approaching the sister. However, I think that's strange because it's like they don't want you to hear it from her mouth. All I can say is, whatever you choose. When your children grow up, keep an extra eye on your husband around your kids and their friends. Most people don't believe they live with someone capable of that. Now that you've heard a rumor, it's your responsibility to be more vigilant around your children and teens in his proximity. OOP, I agree that it's strange he apologized if he's innocent. I don't know anyone that would do that. Commenter 2, is your boyfriend the type of person to do whatever it takes to appease others, especially family? Is he generally a doormat and extremely conflict avoidant? If he's not, then I would find it incredibly suspicious that he apologized because he was made to. And have you talked to these adults that made him apologize and asked them their reasoning for demanding that apology? OOP, he fully is a doormat to his family, especially his mom. Anything she says is what must go for everyone. And I haven't had the chance to speak with the father and uncle without children present yet. Commenter 3, to clarify. The sister who has the baby was the baby's sister. They had a younger child, boy presumably, because you said they didn't want to lose the youngest? Also, you mentioned that why did she wait 10 years to say something? So the girl was 8 and he was 15 when the essay happened. OOP, yes and yes. Update, next day. My fiancé and I spoke on his break at work. After reading through the comments, I had a lot more questions and points to bring up to him, all of which he answered. He completely denied ever doing anything to either girl and says he only apologized to keep peace between households. I told him he was a coward and that if he wasn't guilty, he shouldn't have apologized. He agreed. I then reached out to the family myself. I asked his mom for specifics, as well as the mom of the cousin that accused him. No solid answers. Still blank stares from the sister and Snapchat from the cousin. But I already checked his phone and Snapchat data. He hasn't had the app in months, and he does not have her number at all. His mom then said to the sister that we could go to the police and have a report written up so she could have some kind of justice, and she went white as a ghost and denied it. I looked at her and asked her, can you at least tell us what happened so I can know if I need to keep my kids away from him? And she started crying. Like, ugly crying. She admitted to feeling like I was taking her protector away. Everyone gets to have their happy family except for me. She admitted to planning her pregnancy after we announced ours and proceeded to show us the texts between her and the cousin plotting this shit over the last few months. They planned out what they were gonna say. They had even planned out a dick pic they had found on the internet, but once the mom had said, okay, show me, I know my son has a birthmark, that story stopped. Their mom sat there, shocked. And I walked out of the house. I called my fiancé and told him that he's never to see or speak to her again. Hopefully that's the right thing to do. He also cried and apologized over and over for letting this happen. I just want it to be over. Our wedding is in 9 days, and I feel like this just fucked up the whole experience in advance. Can I press charges on either girl for false claims? I'll update again soon if there are any changes. Thanks for any advice you guys gave/gave. Edit. Fiancé and his mom have apologized to me and promised to never keep anything from me again. I told him that he didn't give me the chance to stand up for him. That's my job as his partner, and he broke down and said he was just scared to lose us. So we're gonna have to work on the trust, but it's better than what it could have been, I guess. Edit 2. I am blown away by people saying this is fake and acting as though people aren't capable of falsely accusing one another. Absolutely wild. And very sad to see how justice is dished out. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. He should get restraining orders against them. His family should make sure that anyone who told those allegations now knows the truth. This is foul. You might want couples therapy before getting married. His lack of communication is a big problem as well. OOP. He's looking into a restraining order for at least the sister. And I'm honestly thinking about just postponing the wedding, but I don't know where to even start with that.